Can you say something for us to see if we can hear you in the boardroom?
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Welcome to Muscogee County School District, where learning, innovation, and global opportunity come together. A community committed to excellence, diversity, and preparing every student for a limitless future. The heart of Muscogee County School District is our people. The educators who inspire, the families who believe, the students who achieve, and the community that supports us. Together, we've created opportunities since 1950, shaping not only students, but the future of Columbus, Georgia. Our mission is to inspire and equip all students to achieve unlimited potential. Our vision is to be a beacon of educational excellence where all are known, valued, and inspired. With approximately 29,000 students, 5,500 dedicated professionals, and 56 schools and programs, we serve a richly diverse community, shaping the next generation of leaders, innovators, creators, and problem solvers. From state-of-the-art classrooms and digital learning to award-winning arts and championship athletics, our students excel in every domain. Few communities can say their school district stretches beyond classrooms. In Muscogee County, education means more than schools. It means culture. The Chattahoochee Valley Library System and the Columbus Museum are a part of the Muscogee County School District, making learning not just a lesson in a book, but a living experience in art, history, and discovery. Today, under the leadership of the Muscogee County Board of Education and Superintendent Dr. David Lewis, Muscogee County students are reaching all-time highs in achievement, graduation rates, SAT, ACT, and advanced placement performance. With innovation, equity, and excellence as our guide, we remain committed to equipping every child with the tools to succeed in a changing, diverse world. We deeply value cultural exchange and global partnerships, building bridges that connect Muscogee County with the world. Muscogee County School District, inspiring minds, building futures, and creating we.
The Muscogee County School District is celebrating a remarkable achievement. a 96.1% graduation rate. This milestone reflects the hard work and perseverance of our students, the unwavering support of their families, and the dedication of our educators and staff. Together, we are building brighter futures for all of our students.
Good evening and welcome to our October 20th board meeting. I am Laurie McCrae and I am the vice chair sitting in for the chair tonight who is on our phone, and along with Miss Margot Schley. They're both on the phone listening to our conversation. So y'all bear with me tonight if we have any hiccups, but I will do my best. I get to start us off with our inspiration. As you can see, we have a lot of pink up here in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so what I would like for our inspiration to do is to take a moment of silence to think of those who are suffering with cancer, those who have loved ones that they are caring for with cancer, medical staff that are treating and researching for cures and treatments, and then also for all that have lost people to any kind of cancer. If we will take a moment of silence. Okay, and next we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. Welcome, Dorothy Height Elementary School students.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The character word for the month of October is respect, showing regard for the worth of self, for others, or for something.
My name is Darnell Passmore, and I am in the 5th grade.
My name is Michael Benson, and I'm in 2nd grade.
My name is Abigail, and I'm in 2nd grade.
My name is Dalton Fulmore, and I'm in 1st grade.
My name is Daniel Fulmore, and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Ashlyn Lee, and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Johanna Burton, and I'm in 5th grade.
My name is Samaji Johnson, and I am in 5th grade.
My name is Joe Burton, and I'm in the 5th grade.
My name is David Fulmore, and I'm in the 5th grade.
Laura Murray, and I'm in first grade.
My name is Ariana Zachary, and I'm in 5th grade.
My name is Zaire Isabel, and I'm in the 5th grade.
Good evening, everyone. I am Ms. Trussell, and I'm the math lab teacher, and I do math intervention.
And I am Ms. Hill, and I do math intervention.
And I see the principal, Ms. Meredith Adams. Anyone else?
Good evening. I'm the proud principal at Dorothy Height Elementary of these fabulous math team members.
Good evening. I'm the dean at Dorothy Height Elementary.
Thank you.
My name is Christopher Brunson. I'm sorry.
Oh, and please, any parents of the students, please stand or wave, or friends. They did a great job. Thank y'all. He's going to change, yeah.
Madam Chair and Board, we have a couple of changes to the agenda. I'd like to add one item that I'd sent you an email on over the weekend asking to add that item for consideration regarding the purchase of Progress Learning. And then we are taking off, just for your information, we're taking off the East Plus committee list. We're revising that, and we'll bring that back next month. Echo, a little bit of an echo. So with that revision, then entertain a motion.
Okay, moved by Dr. Chambers, second by Ms. Jackson. All in favor? Or we hand vote this one, don't we? Yeah, all in favor? Say. Any opposed? Motion approved. So I'd like to take this moment, too, to welcome our visitors tonight. I know we have usually with us Alan Harkness with the library, Marianne Rickner with the museum. I know we have some MEEF people here, Andy Luker, Mike Welch, and John Hester with MEEF too. Anybody I'm missing? Jeremy Cumming, thank you. Any building administrators or leaders, please raise your hand or wave. Thank you, and thank you all the parents and supporters that are here as well. And with that, we will move on to our recognitions.
Okay. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Wright, Director of Communications, and these are your October recognitions. Congratulations to Cadet Clegg of Hardaway High School on earning his National FAA Part 107 Remote Pilot License. Just in the middle. It's a major milestone in the Lighthouse Brigade Drone STEM program. Under the mentorship of Major Vernon Williams, Cadet Clegg demonstrated exceptional knowledge of airspace regulations, drone safety, and operations, reflecting his dedication to excellence in academics, leadership, and aviation. This achievement highlights both Cadet Clegg's commitment to growth and the program's mission to prepare students for future careers in STEM and aviation. His success brings great credit to Hardaway High School, the Lighthouse Brigade, JRTC, and CTAE programs, and the Muscogee County School District. Again, congratulations.
To Dr. Lewis, School Board, thank you for allowing us to do this in front of you in the community. This is an extremely exciting and special moment for the Lighthouse Brigade, for Hardaway High School, and for Caden and his family. His achievements are very special, and they mark, only the future holds what we can do as far as our program going forward. So I'm extremely excited for him and his family and his achievement. We have this certificate of appreciation signed by Dr. Lewis for you and Lieutenant Colonel Sanders for your achievement here. And I also have one more special thing to present you with, which is your FAA pilot badge. All right, so I'm going to pin you with that right now. So Caden's the cadet, a few words, but I am going to give them the opportunity to just say something.
I am very thankful for all of the opportunities that I've been given through Hardaway's JRTC program, and it has changed my life completely, definitely.
And I see some family over there taking pictures. If y'all would stand too, because we know it takes everyone to accomplish these. Congratulations.
Reese Road Leadership Academy. Ms. Long? Is she in here? Thank you. The Georgia PTA and the Muscogee County Council of PTAs proudly recognize Principal Katrina Long and the Reese Road Leadership Academy for their outstanding accomplishments. For 15 years, Ms. Long has lived the PTA mission to make every child's potential a reality by engaging and empowering families and communities. Her leadership and commitment have touched the lives of countless children, families, and staff, serving as an inspiring example of what it means to truly put children first. They received the National PTA recognition of School of Excellence, Reese Road Academy. They received the Muscogee County State Awards, Council of PTA's Outstanding State Principal, second place, Katrina Long. Outstanding Local Unit PTA, Reese Road Leadership Academy. The Model PTA Award, Reese Road Leadership Academy. Hearst Family School Partnership Award, Standard 4, Speak Up for Every Child. Best Idea Award, Parent University, and Outstanding State School Nurse, Andrea Kimber, Reese Road Leadership Academy. Congratulations. Congratulations, Georgia PTA 2024-2025 Reflections winners. The National PTA Reflections Program is open to all students from pre-K through grade 12. The program offers opportunities in 6 arts categories: dance category, literature, music composition, photography, film production, and visual arts. This year's students from Columbus High School, Reese Road Leadership Academy, and Britt David Magnet Academy participated with 33 submissions across the categories with the theme Accepting Imperfection. We proudly recognize these students. Some weren't able to be here tonight, but we'll give the microphone so they can introduce themselves and tell you what they want.
My name is Utkar Shanand, and I'm currently a junior at Columbus High School. I'm very grateful for
to CHS for allowing me to participate in PTA and allow me to get as much success as I have. And I would just like to say it's an honor to be recognized for my PTA achievements. Thank you.
My name is Sam Sheehan. I'm the district director for Georgia PTA. And on behalf of Georgia PTA and our board of directors, we are so grateful for the participation of PTA in Muscogee County. And we're so proud of these students and the principals who help encourage their art. Thank you.
My name is Jasmine Bobadilla. I go to Eastfield Leadership Academy. My homeroom teacher's name is Cece, and my grade is 3rd grade.
Hi, my name is Janelle Evans, and I am from Miss Wilcott's class in 4th grade.
I'm Andrea Cameron. I'm the clinic worker at Reese Road Leadership Academy.
And I'm Katrina Long. I'm the proud principal of Reese Road Leadership Academy. I'm extremely proud of all of our students for their work and their reflections. This year, we are looking forward to some upcoming winnings, and I'm ecstatic to be up here with our students and at Reese Road Leadership Academy, where great happens every day. Thank you.
And would the family and supporters wave their hands or stand, please?
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I now yield to Mr. Corey Neal to present the Power of We Award. I did say that. Yeah.
Good evening. The Power We Award for this particular month is none other than David Keeman, bus driver for special education. Give him a hand as he comes forward at this time. And the submission goes as such. Mr. David Keeman makes a difference every single day. He's always fair, respectful, professional in how he treats and handles students and coworkers alike. He takes pride in his work and doesn't hesitate to ask questions to make sure he's doing things the right way. Mr. Keeman embraces equity and diversity. No matter the situation, he leads with kindness and understanding. He holds himself to high standards and encourages those around him to do the same. Showing his strong commitment to growth and leadership, he continues to press forward in any situation. Mr. Keeman takes challenges in stride, always looking for ways to improve and lending a hand whenever someone needs help. His positive attitude is contagious, and he finds a way to make every situation better and keeps a smile on his face no matter what the day brings. From greeting students each day to making sure they arrive safely at their destination, he does all that he can do for each and every child he comes in contact with. Mr. Keeman's job requires patience, understanding, and a heart, and he brings all of that and more to the table each and every day. Therefore, we're proud to recognize him for the difference he makes every day in the Muscogee County School District. Once again, bus driver, special education, Mr. David Keeman. Let us celebrate him again.
That concludes the board recognitions.
Thank you. Oh, family and supporters of Mr. Keeman, too, if y'all would stand. Thank y'all.
Madam Chair and board members, I do have one additional recognition I'd like to mention. The Red Ribbon Week Fentanyl Awareness and Prevention Kickoff will take place on Saturday, that's this Saturday, October 25th, 2025, at G.W. Carver High School Auditorium from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. This event is designed to educate students, athletes, civic groups, mentees, and parents about the dangers of fentanyl, how to recognize the signs of overdose, and ways to protect themselves and others. As part of this important initiative, the Muscogee County School District will introduce a resolution proclaiming that Thursday of Red Ribbon Week each year shall be designated as Fentanyl Awareness Day. On this day, schools across the district are encouraged to engage students, staff, and families in educational activities, discussions, and awareness initiatives that promote prevention, compassion, and safety for all. This is a flyer that's being sent out and published across our community. And again, I just want to take a moment to recognize Kayla Green. She is doing this as part of her Girl Scouts Golden Award program, and we are very proud of her. And this is her initiative, but nonetheless, it's one that's going to have a predominant and very important impact on our community. So please, again, if you're available and want to encourage all of our schools and committees, student committees to come out and support that this Saturday, October 25th at G.W. Carver High School Auditorium from 11 to 1 p.m. Thank you.
Next on our agenda is the public agenda. We have one signed up, Mr. Marvin Broadwater. Are you here? Okay. Then we will move to the next item. First item on our action agenda is item E1, appointment of the Director of School Nutrition. Don't I need to read it? Yeah, Brad Johnson is a professional with over 15 years of experience with corporate accounting and school administration. Mr. Johnson has worked with the Harris County School District for over 5 years and is currently serving as School Nutrition Director. Mr. Johnson holds an MBA from Troy University, a BBA in accounting from Georgia Southern University, and a Georgia School Nutrition Director certification from the University of Georgia. Beyond his professional achievements, he is deeply involved in community outreach, serving in leadership roles for your youth athletics and recreation boards in Harris County. So we had a motion to approve by Dr. Chambers. Who did the second? Ms. Jackson. Second by Ms. Jackson. So we can vote. Yeah. And we also, do you have a way to capture Margot and Pat's? Yes. Okay. Okay.
My family member, if she don't mind. I have my wife, and my daughter. I have my in-laws, my father-in-law, mother-in-law, and my mom, dad, and some more of my family, my church family, if y'all would stand. And I also have, although I'm from Harris County, a lot of my family did grow up in Muscogee, and I also have a lot of family members that are currently working in Muscogee. As y'all know, Muscogee is the city for Harris County residents, so we kind of take part in claiming Muscogee in part. Yeah, okay. But I also want to thank my current boss right now, Ms. Shalia Baker. She has really meant a lot to me in my development as a school nutrition director and the leader that I've become within the school system. So I really wanted to point that out for her. And I also like to thank Dr. Anderson for entrusting me with this opportunity. Dr. Lewis, thank you for your entrusting me for this opportunity. I know how important food is for the development of our kids, and it's not something that I'm going to take lightly, or I have not taken lightly, even where I'm at now. So, again, thank you all for this opportunity. I look forward to earning your trust in this opportunity, in this role, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Next, item number 2, the Board of Education has proposed a stipend to be paid from the fund balance reserves of the general fund to the following Muscogee County School District employees. Monthly paid employees actively working on November 1st, 2025, and semi-monthly paid employees actively working on November 9th, 2025. Exclusions include board members, community coaches, employees on leave without pay, certain part-time employees not regularly working, outsourced workers, and the Columbus Public Libraries and non-district Columbus Museum employees. Wait, when it will be paid, monthly paid employees will be paid on November 30th, 2025. Semi-monthly paid employees will be paid December 15th to 2025. And the fun part, teachers benefit eligible will receive $2,000. Non-benefit eligible, which is part-time people, will receive $1,000, teachers. All other employees benefit eligible will receive $1,000, and non-benefit eligible will receive $500. Motion made by Dr. Chambers. Second by Mr. Cantrell. All in favor, please vote. Okay. Yes, very excited about that, and thank y'all. When will it be communicated? I guess pretty soon? Yeah, great. Thank y'all. Oh, now my note want to close. Okay, next up is item 3, legislative priorities for 2026. Motion approved by Ms. Frey. I'm not going to read all these. Second. Second by Ms. Jackson. And we can vote. As a reminder, most of y'all know we discussed these a lot at the work session. Our apologies. I don't know. We're having some issues tonight on the voting. I don't know if excuse me since they're on the phone. Are we missing anybody, or are we? This is going to hurt my record. I usually run a really quick meeting. And the one other one that I've run. She may have had to drop off because I know she's attending something. There we go. And that passes. Okay, next item will sit on the table for 30 days. That's a revised policy GBM professional transfers. So to item 5, revised student policies. And we took off number 6, so that brings us to number 7, Progress Learning LLC. And I believe we're going to have a little presentation on that.
Okay, good evening. I'm Christine Hull. I'm the Executive Director of Curriculum and Instruction, Pre-K through 12, and I am pleased to bring this to you tonight, but even though I'm the one standing up here delivering this presentation, it really has been a team effort with the Division of Teaching and Learning, the Division of Student Services under the leadership of Dr. Lewis, also with our region chiefs and several of our school administrators who have contributed to bringing this exciting Progress Learning proposal to you tonight. So before we begin, I just want to mention some considerations that we were very well aware of over this past budget cycle, and some things that we knew that were coming, and we were searching for an answer and a solution to some of the items that we knew we would need to support instruction, to support our students and our teachers. So some of those items have, of course, been the blueprint, which you've heard a lot about, our teaching and learning blueprint, and the course builds that our teachers are working very diligently to provide across the district in all content and all grade levels, particularly looking at our GMAS state-assessed courses. We were also in search of a possible supplemental math resource. We know we have incredible, robust learning plans that are provided by the state, as well as high-quality instructional materials across all contents, but we were looking for something that might provide additional skills and practice. Teachers were asking, is there something we can get for our students that if they are not on grade level and they do need those interventions and supports, what can we provide for them? So we were looking for that, seeking for it, and planning for that in the budget as well. We also have been working with our Rollins partnership for the past 3 years. We're in our third year of that, and we knew that we would need to pull in our phonics diagnostic, which is pretty comprehensive. It's a one-to-one for students to assess them at their point of need with their foundational skills in literacy, and we needed to digitize that in a way that makes it more efficacious for our teachers to use that one-on-one with students. We also have new ELA standards. We've known they were coming for 2 years, but this is our first full year of expected rollout and implementation of those new ELA standards. And with that comes, of course, a new format for the Georgia milestones. And on that new assessment, students will be grappling with some multimodal text on that state assessment that they have not encountered before. So we've been planning for that, looking for something that would allow us to give them more exposure and opportunities to practice with those tech-enhanced items that include the multimodal text, include the listening portions that they have to practice with before they actually encounter that on the assessment. And then also with an eye toward calibrating across the district, across grade levels, with what we're providing with assessments, our instructional framework, looking closely at pacing and realigning some of our classroom practices. So we had considered all this in the budget. We had not yet found a solution, but we're very excited to say tonight we do believe we have found that. We know we've found that in Progress Learning, so we're bringing this to you tonight for a proposal. And just to explain a little bit more about Progress Learning, how it works, and what it will afford us. Progress Learning is a complete suite of not only standards-aligned assessments, but content, intervention, classroom resources, personalized pathways for students, all in one platform. And that's really what we were looking for, is something that had accessibility, not just for teachers and administrators and for the district, but it had access for the individual student as well. So there are 2 separate platforms. One is a teacher, administrator, district-facing platform that will really help us inform where we are with our instruction, inform where our students are with their mastery and their progress toward that proficiency that they're expected to perform at the state assessment. And then most importantly is the student-facing platform that provides students with additional assignments, additional assessments, most of all, multiple opportunities for practicing with the types of content and interactions they're going to see on the milestones, but also with the instruction that they should be getting all along the way. So that student platform does have assignment and assessment dashboards. It has remediation built in for them, and not just remediation, and I'll explain this a little bit more later, but it also has acceleration and enrichment. So those students who are above grade level have the opportunity to extend their learning experiences beyond. It also has personalized practice items and a personalized pathway for each student that follows them grade to grade, so that they can keep that for themselves and set their goals and see their mastery all along the way. It focuses on skill gaps, but also, like I said, the enrichment piece. It also provides students with videos, feedback, tutorials, games, and challenges for engaging students in their learning, while also informing their teachers and us of where they are toward progress mastery. So what you see here is just a snapshot of the suite of tools that are available within Progress Learning. I'll explain the liftoff piece in just a minute, but what you see here is both student-facing and educator-facing. So we have the ability to utilize their progress monitoring tools, as well as their instructional resources and their assessment and assignment builders on the educator side of it. And the students have access to their supplemental phonics program, their remediation tools, Liftoff, which is adaptive intervention that adapts with the student as the student learns and grows. It says for reading and math, but they also now have science. And then that independent practice, which is really critical. It gives the students additional practice outside the classroom as they need it, or inside the classroom, whenever they need additional time with a particular skill or a particular standard. And then the interactive learning piece is also student-facing with the engagement. This is what we are proposing that we purchase as a district. It's the full package. It's everything they offer, and the nice thing about this is there's not a single grade level or content left out. We are focusing on ELA because we know the lift there is very rigorous, particularly for this year with the new standards. And this is one of the very few platforms that also incorporates that foundational literacy piece, which is so key. But as you can see just from the high school list, the comprehensive high school list, they also include advanced placement, includes college and career readiness, ACT, SAT prep. So this is a full suite from kindergarten to 12th grade, every content, every subject. So we have two different types of reporting. And when we talk about reporting, it's not just on the assessment. It's also to inform instruction and to be able to change that instruction quickly as necessary and as needed. And do that in a timely manner so that we're not waiting for students at the end when we're giving a formative assessment leading all the way up to a summative, and then we say, oh no, they didn't get it, and we should have gone back 2 months ago to correct this. This dashboard helps us to track real time across schools, within schools, across classrooms, and within the classroom. And the reporting on this is very educator friendly. It doesn't take a lot for us to be able to quickly see at a glance exactly where a school is, exactly where a teacher is in the instruction, where they are in the pacing, and then where the students are. It gives a very clear, what they call a dot system, red, yellow, green, but the beauty of it is we can drill down past the domain into the specific standard and target the skill gaps in a timely manner, and then act to inform our instruction, to correct misconceptions, to realign assignments and pacing as we need to, as teachers need to, and as students need the help. So this is the district reporting. And then the nice part too is teachers have access, real time, real data at their fingertips. They have an item analysis that it can pull, which we have not seen before. We're very excited that Progress Learning has this. We can drill down into even the types of items. So if students are struggling with a particular type of item, maybe it's a multimodal text where they have to compare and contrast multiple pieces of text, and the definition of text now has expanded. It could be a podcast, it could be a listening to an interview. It's not just written text anymore, but they can dig into those types of questions and see where students may have some misunderstandings. They can also look assessment to assessment. They can look at growth instead of just summative data to see where students are along the way, and then offer them multiple opportunities to practice where they find skill gaps or misconceptions and realign their instruction to match. We have a lot of great stuff. We've got really high quality instructional materials, core resources. We've provided all of those things. So what does this give us? It gives us enhanced access for all of that under one platform, where, especially when I'm thinking about elementary teachers, if they are teaching all subjects, if they're teaching ELA, science, math, social studies in a second grade classroom, they don't have to go to multiple sources for all separate contents. This would pull it all under one platform. So the increased access to being able to deploy those assignments and assessments, get back the data from those quickly and effectively so that then they can help set goals with their students. Students can set their own goals because they get their own personalized platform where they can track where they are and help them set their own goals along with their teachers for progress monitoring. And then from the district standpoint, we also can see where everyone is in terms of their pacing, what do they need, what are they not getting, and how can we provide that for them. And it lets us know where we are as a district in terms of standards mastery and progress across all of our grade levels and our content areas. The platform also has multiple accommodations for students who need those accommodations. So if they need text-to-speech in English and Spanish, it's there. If they need to change something for ADA adaptations, they can do that. But even if they don't, it still provides our students with multiple tools like a highlighter, a notepad, the Desmos calculator, which they use in math on the GMAS, is there already embedded. We don't have to pull it in extra. Our students have access to all of those things. If they're struggling with elimination of responses, it will give them something called a response masking tool, which helps students figure out why one answer was better than the other. So those tools are embedded within the platform as well. From the district side, we can secure the assessments as we see fit or release them as we need to and on a schedule. So we don't have to allow schools and teachers to see the assessment beforehand. We can do one cold, blind, to get a reading of where we are, or we can let them preview it ahead of time. We have that customizable option. We also have the option of an item bank, which is tightly aligned. We've never seen one this tightly aligned to the state standards. With the right DOK at the right level of rigor for our students, we have that item bank available, but we can also customize the questions. And so can teachers. Teachers can customize the questions for a gradual release of that content and where their kids should be from what they've taught, and then add in questions as they grow. We also have the ability to deliver both formative and summative assessments within the platform. The nice thing too, and I've mentioned this already, is our phonics diagnostic. That is a one-to-one assessment that is usually paper and pencil with teacher and student one-on-one, and we have not been able to capture that digitally. And this is a way we can do that. The platform already allows us to be able to do that because Progress Learning has built that for us. So that is key for us to have that able for our elementary schools to really pinpoint where the gaps are in our foundational literacy skills. Some of the technical components, it integrates with Canvas and with Clever. They are already a vendor of ours. Several of our schools already use Progress Learning. So we've already worked with our DIS team. We know how to do the rostering. We know how to get them onboarded and into the platform. And it will work with our teaching and learning blueprint, can be embedded. It's not extra outside of, it can go right into there with our blueprint, with Canvas. And they also have those milestone tech enhanced items that are critical for the multimodal text in ELA and for the tech enhanced items that they're expected to perform in math. We have about 12 schools right now that currently use Progress Learning, and we've listened to them. We've heard what the problems are with some of our current tools and how this has really helped those 12 schools and what they like about it. So we have testimonies from those building leaders, from the teachers in those buildings to say, it's easy for us to use, we understand it, we like what's there, we've vetted it, and we trust our folks. We also have seen the engagement from those students. If you look on the left-hand side, that's just a snippet of what a student might see. The nice thing about this is a kindergarten student, a 6th grade student, and a 12th grade student do not see the same interface. It does adapt with the age group for their engagement. So our younger students are gonna see a little bit of a different engagement platform than our high school students would see. So it adapts to their age and their grade. So this is the urgency while we're bringing this to you tonight. As I said, we had already been looking for these things. We'd already known that we needed something and we'd budgeted for that. And we found the platform that we believe can do it. It's built for educators by educators, and that is key. So when we're asking our teachers to use something to do all of these things on top of And in addition to, that's not what we want to ask them. We want to make it easy for them to be integrated into this platform in a way that's accessible and makes sense to them. So it's important that it was created by educators. We do have, again, the ability to drill down to specific student data at the skill and standard level rather than just the domain level, which is what the free state platform allows you to do, is just at the domain level. It's also able to give us very timely and targeted points of intervention and the plan to interact with that intervention and the student. We have spoken to our Godot school effectiveness specialist as well as the state curriculum and instruction specialist, and they have backed Progress Learning. So we have run it through them, asked them, and when we point blank asked them, what do you have? Because to be quite honest, they did not give us from the state in ELA what they gave us in math. And so we said, well, then what do you have? What do you recommend? And they said, Progress Learning and Beacon. Beacon is the state free assessment tool, but it's only 3 times a year, and it only gets us to the domain level. We also know that we needed to build in multimodal questions, and we did not have the ability to do that. This offers us the ability to put in those multimodal texts. We can pull in podcasts, we can pull in articles, we can pull in interviews. All of that is able to be facilitated under this platform. And you see the multiple types of questions we can do there. They are also going to personalize professional development for our teachers and our administrators and our district level staff. We have a lot of professional development going on right now, and that's all good, but we have so much time. And so we have asked them, and how much does it take for a teacher or a leader to be able to use this platform, and how quickly can we get that professional development? They will customize it for us. Their product designers will also custom build to our needs anything that we want to see in the platform. So that is certainly something we're looking for. We're looking for a good quality product that does the things that we need it to do, but also the ability to customize it for what we want. And so that is a basic overview of Progress Learning, but I'm happy to take any questions that you have.
Thank you so much, Ms. Hull. That sounds like a very comprehensive tool for the teachers to use, but it does sound like in addition to what they're already using. You mentioned that this particular company was going to take responsibility for the professional development. What does that look like logistically and timeline-wise? Because testing is coming up pretty soon. The other question I have is, what does the training look like for the new ELA standards? So they're learning the standards, at the same time they're learning how to use this new software that is aligned to the standards, which is a good thing.
Great thing.
But can you talk just a little bit about that?
Sure.
And then I have one more question. Go ahead.
Sure, I'll start with the ELA standards training first. We've been doing the professional development on the new ELA standards for 2 years now. Last year, it was a comprehensive overview, which all of our current employees, anyone who teaches literacy from K-12, as well as administrators, got the overview last year. This year, we're digging into each of the domains that are more in depth for all of our teachers, and those are being rolled out by the content specialist ever since June, July, August, all through the summer. We have multiple options for them to come to those trainings. They can either do 2 whole day trainings where they get everything all in those 2 days, or we've broken it apart for them in Zoom sessions, so there's some flexibility. So all of our English teachers, literacy teachers, intervention teachers for literacy, administrators are getting that chunked out over this year when they got the overview last year to help them go a little deeper into everything that the new standards are requiring of them. And that's true across the state of Georgia. That's a process that the whole state knows that as we're rolling these out, we have to chunk it because it is a lot of change and a lot for them to understand how different it is from last year. So to answer that question, we got the overview. We're now digging in deeper, providing extra support and resources for them in that. With this, the basic frame, which is what they usually offer, but we can customize, is one full day of training. Can either be in person or on Zoom. Nobody wants to sit through a full training on Zoom, right? So that's not a good idea for any of us. But they usually recommend a full day of training, and it can also be a train the trainer. So we could have an academic coach, an administrator, a dean, a lead teacher, a department chair come in for that full person training and then redeliver. But we also can have mini Zoom sessions that are chunked out with each different part of the platform. I almost see it like a Chinese menu of options. Here is everything that this offers. And if you want to go deeper into the liftoff portion, here's a training for that. So we will have to look at our professional development calendar, find multiple points of access for our teachers to get the professional development they need, whether that be through Train the Trainer, somebody from their school comes and gets it and redelivers it to their school. We'll look at all of those options. They also have a coach that is working with our teachers as needed, where they can get on and ask questions virtually, or they can have the assistance from the staff at Progress Learning to help with their questions. All the content specialists will be trained, and we'll make sure that our district staff is trained, so as they have questions, we can answer their questions as well. Okay. We also have a district specialist that is working solely with us. She was handpicked by Progress Learning to work with us only to help us with our rollout and implementation of this, because we know it's a big change, and we have to make sure that we're managing that change in a way that's reasonable for teachers, that considers their time, but also gets them into the platform as soon as we can. We do not want to wait. We want them to get in there. We want them to use it, knowing that we'll still have to do some professional development along the way. It's pretty intuitive. They're going to be able to pick up on some of it really quickly.
Sure. My last question, or my next question is, you mentioned that there were 12 schools that had already implemented Progress Learning. Was that a sort of a free trial? That's the first part of that question. And then I'd like to know which 12 schools and what was their feedback? I know you said in general they enjoyed it, said this was a good product. Was that across the board for elementary, and it doesn't go to middle school?
It does. It's K-12.
Okay.
Yep.
So across the board, was it the same sentiment in elementary, middle school, and high school? Can you talk a little bit about that? How did the teachers feel about it?
Sure. So I'll have to defer to Mr. Dryman for the exact schools that have purchased it, but these schools have purchased it using their own funds. And so that should also tell us something, that if they're willing to spend their school funds on this, and we had vetted it previously and said, yes, that's allowable, it's aligned with everything we need it to be, you can use your funds on Progress Learning, then they jumped at the chance, and some of them have gotten it in different package forms. So I know that Kendrick High School, Carver High School, North Columbus Elementary, they've gotten the full package. And I'm probably leaving somebody out of that. I'm gonna have Mr. Dryman come up here. Shaw High School, and it is the same feedback from all levels, elementary, middle, and high, that they have been asking us to purchase this. And we have said unto this point, sure, you can do that with your school funds, but we've seen and we've heard the feedback. Do you want to give them the full schools?
Yeah, so the additional one as well for the full package was veterans, and then Eddie as well.
And then other schools have bought pieces of the bundle, whether that be certain grade levels or certain content areas. And we can get you, Mr. Dryman and I can get you the full list. Very positive feedback from those schools who have had it.
So the $472,000, is that to ensure that all the schools are able to participate?
All schools, all grade levels, all content areas, rather than doing this in pockets. And that also gives us access district-wide now, on the district level as well.
Thank you, Ms. Hall, for the presentation. And I just want to make sure that everyone hears. This is for mastery of structure, mastery of the content, not teaching the test, but this is so that our students are getting the standards or accomplishing and mastering the standards that have been put forth by the Department of Education.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for reiterating that point.
I had a question for Ms. Green. She had texted me. She asked, is there an additional cost for the actual trainers from the company to train directly?
That is the all-in
That's all included.
package.
And I know you mentioned earlier that we had budgeted for it, so some of these funds were already in our budget.
We were looking for the right solution.
Okay. Ms. Buckner?
Yeah, my question is very quick. I was, at one point you were saying about the teacher assessment part. And teachers I know like to look down and glance and look at the assessment and get a quick view of what's going on. Okay, so this is just for me. Could I see? I couldn't see that. I couldn't see that assessment part. The writing was little, and I just want to see
What that actually looks
all the
like.
skills, yeah, because I saw some skills and I saw some numbers. I saw some red, green, and yeah, I want to see what it looks like. So
I can provide you all with a sample of every report, and you can look at it on your own. We actually have one school that already has live actionable data, so you can see us without student information. You can see exactly what each of those reports would look like from a teacher side and what they would be able to see. I'll be glad to provide that for you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. I think that's one of the things that's important about this product is it has dashboards that make it very clear visually in terms of looking at that. You can look at a quick assessment and see your entire class roster and see if there's a predominance of red or green or yellow or whatever it might be. And then you can drill down to the student level, but it gives you a very quick visualization with the dashboard versus numbers and that kind of thing, or a bar chart.
Any more questions, or do we have a motion? Motion to approve. Motion from Dr. Chambers, second from Ms. Frey. We can vote. That's there, and that passes.
Great.
Very good. Okay, the consent agenda is next. I believe we were going to have a presentation or some more discussion on item 12, E and F. The works program, yeah.
And he asked me to come in his absence to clear up some questions that you may have about the program, and hopefully I'll be able to do that. Thank you.
Well, I've seen, so you have a presentation, or you want us to ask the questions?
You can ask the questions if you already
You go
had
ahead
the
and tell your
presentation.
spiel first.
I'm sorry, say it again. Oh, okay. The first is our mission statement, and I can say that to you very quickly. Our mission and our goal is to get kids back in class so that they're not missing valuable instruction time. That's our number one goal of the program. We implement it in two ways, and it's up to the schools how they want us, well, what they purchase. Some schools purchase the student sessions. Some schools purchase the parent sessions. Some schools will purchase both. We are very flexible in how we implement what they purchase. They may want sessions 2 days a week. We are working presently with one school who just have student sessions 1 day a week. Even though we are on their schedules, we are still on call. When it comes to the parent sessions, the administrators will contact us if they have an altercation or something going on in the school. And they may say, we offered the parents the opportunity to come to an intervention session in hopes that we can reach a reasonable conclusion or get to the underlying issue of what happened in order to reduce or eliminate out-of-school time or in-school suspension time. The ultimate decision is left up to the administrators. When we have our sessions, we do talk to our point of contacts after those sessions. But again, it is ultimately left up to the administrators whether or not those days are reduced, eliminated, or whether if the session is not successful, because everybody doesn't want to be saved. So if it is not, if we don't reach a reasonable resolution, sometimes the kids will go back home on that suspension. So on our, if we can go, do I click it or can I move it? I was trying to get to where the student sessions, the information about the student sessions, which is the next, one more, there we go. With the student sessions, the administrators select those students who come to us when we do our student sessions. Administrators, counselors, and sometimes the academic coaches and deans, discipline deans are involved, but they select those students. And at the middle and high school level, we try to go in small groups from 6 to no more than 12. Elementary sessions are sometimes broken down a little bit smaller. Our sessions at the middle and high school level normally run from 50 minutes to an hour based on their bell schedule. Elementary, even though we may be contracted to be there for 2 hours, the elementary sessions, they may break it down into 4 30-minute sessions because, of course, it's a lot more difficult to keep the little kids involved for a longer period of time. So again, even though we're contracted with the schools, it is left up to those administrators how they want us to implement the sessions. When it comes to the parent sessions, and any sessions that we do not have, the schools do not pay for. We may be contracted for parent sessions. We may not have a parent session scheduled for that particular day. That school is not invoiced for those sessions. And with the parent sessions, again, the principal set up to talk to the parents and try to convince them that what they're trying to do is get the kid back in class. So they set up the sessions. When we have those sessions, after we speak to those administrators, again, the administrators decide on that final punishment or consequence for those students. Sometimes it's favorable again, and sometimes it is not. Now, we do have extenuating circumstances sometimes. I've had sessions where a parent was recently out of a hospital, and of course, she could not come to that session. I did the session with her via Zoom. So we do try to work around extenuating circumstances. All of the sessions are held during the school day, unless, again, in special circumstances, we'll hold them on after school. We just recently had sessions at Spencer to try to get those kids who were involved in a weapons something happened with the weapons. So we had sessions on Saturdays. Those parents came from 8 to 12 for 3 Saturdays in hopes of their kids not having charges pressed or not going to alternative school. But again now, we cannot force a parent to come. It is offered. Our sessions are not a punishment, they are a reward because kids are gonna be kids, and that's why we call our program a Second Chance Works, working on redirecting, refocusing, and realigning kids successfully. That's our acronym. Kids are gonna be kids, they're gonna make mistakes, but what we do is come in, give the parents a chance to be heard, give the students a chance to be heard, try to reach a reasonable conclusion that's in the best interest of all that's involved, and to get the kids back in class as soon as possible.
time for questions?
Go ahead.
Well, I did notice a couple of things. Sorry, y'all, I'm having some allergy issues, but one of my big questions, and you've somewhat answered it, but my biggest concern was the idea that a child whose parents could not come to a workshop or might have a single parent home, might not have a parent they're living with, that is not then coming to one of these sessions would end up with more punishment than a child whose parents could come. Do you know kind of, and that's more probably a question, I guess, for the administrators, but have you seen what they've done in those type of situations?
Yes, okay. Say, for example, you have 2 kids involved in a physical altercation. That warrants a 5-day suspension for both kids. The parents are invited to the sessions. You may have one parent, and ideally we need both parties involved there so that we can get both sides of the story. You'll have cases where one parent may not come. That administrator decides whether that kid is going to keep those 5 days suspension or whether that kid is going to do out-of-school suspension and then come back and do in-school suspension. That's totally left up to the administrators. But we're not going to punish the kid whose parent is able to come and try to reach a resolution. We're going to try to get those days decreased and get them back in class. And, you know, for lack of a better word, sometimes we have to inconvenience the parents if that child is inconveniencing that teacher in the classroom and keeping the other kids from learning. So sometimes we have to inconvenience the parents, but we let them know we're trying to do what is in the best interest of your child.
It sounds like there's a lot more, and sorry, I am a lawyer at trade, so I kind of looked at the contract, and I was only looking at the contract. This does help to give a little more, because the contract kind of reads that, you know, you've got to have a parent come to kind of have some of this decrease in punishment, but it sounds like maybe there are other ways that administrators will work with someone who
It is.
whose parent really cannot.
Right.
Oh, there we go. Got it. I think one of the key components here is trying to get the parents to be part of the solution along with us and to reinforce what we're doing at school. It's really important that we don't ask a child to live one way for 6.5 hours and then another way the rest of their days. So I think it's the rest of their day. So I think it's really important for us to recognize that we talk about all the time about wanting parents to be part of the solution, be partners in the child's education. This is actually part of that education. We want to make sure the parents are involved and know how we're approaching this and asking them to reinforce some of those same things at home, and I think that's a positive.
Okay. Actually, it still sounds to me the same way, that the consequence for the parent not coming to the meeting, and I understand that we try to get parents involved, and the parents should come. I'm not saying that they should come. They absolutely, positively should come. But what I'm thinking, and the occasion where the parent was in the hospital, you said that you did it via Zoom.
Yes.
Okay. So whose decision was that? Because you said the principal's decision in terms of, it seems like you were saying it was the principal's decision to do, well, to decide how many days, or if they receive the full out of school suspension, or if it's modified. But whose decision is it to identify special circumstances in which parents cannot come to a meeting? For example, that was a good example.
It was the administrator's decision.
It's always the administrator.
It was the administrator's, yes.
And
Yes,
that you
ma'am.
could do Zoom, okay.
Mhm.
And I was just wondering, because sometimes if somebody's, I think we have parents working at McDonald's, working at different places, and for me, you know, if they make, I don't know what they make an hour. I know right now, the minimum wage now is like, what, $7.20? I don't know, they may make more than $7.20. But what I'm saying, sometimes circumstances like that should be considered, you know, in whether a parent, you know, that's a lot of income because it's not like you can drop in your job and drop out. And,
Yes, ma'am. And that's why
Oh,
when
oh,
we
sorry,
have
Joe.
when we have our sessions with the students, in those cases where the parents do have to miss work and come to a session, we ask the child, your actions affected who? Because it's not just you. If your parent misses work, your parent is missing work in order to come up here and see what's going on with you. It not just affected you, but it affected that classroom that you disturbed. It affected your parents who had to come to that meeting. And then we also have excuses on our letterhead that we give that some parents need to take to their job to show that they were coming to the school to see what was going on with their child.
Sounds good, sounds better.
I yield to Ms. Cheryl Flowers.
I am Cheryl Flowers. I am also the co-founder of a Second Chance Works This Works. To answer your question, when we get to the school, we have a list of the parents that are going to come, which means that we have not talked to the parents to do anything. And so whoever is the point of contact, whoever is the principal, they say, let's say this is Karen Flowers. Karen Flowers did this, she did that. We actually see what else do we have any more offense, basically to know what we're dealing with. Or they come in and they would say, well, so-and-so parent is in the hospital, can you do a Zoom or can you do this or do that? So we don't know basically what we're dealing with until we get there. We have some schools with building those personal relationships that they would give us a heads up like the day before, you're going to be, or send us a roster, this is what you will be dealing with. Because if it's 2 or 3 cases where all of them are fighting, then we'll take on all of those at one time. So again, at that point, we have not contacted or spoken to a parent.
Okay, it sounds like that starts with the principals.
And the parent session is not the end all, because after we have our parent sessions, we follow up with the parents and the students.
Yeah, I was just talking about that one little piece.
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying, that was the only piece, that, I think your program is good.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking about that one piece and trying to see the fairness of how it applies, and I just know some parents can't, some parents, they're in that poverty thing and they just can't afford to lose that income. And then I had a parent called me on the phone. She was out of town for 3 days and some principal was making her, she still had to come. So that meant the students sat out 4 or 5 days. See, stuff happens at schools. And so I was just trying, it's just.
Okay, so, and I think I can answer that question as well. Let me help you out.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's say if I got in a fight and they said Cheryl Flowers was going home for 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's the automatic. I'm automatically going to get those 10 days. Right. I fight Lisa, she's going to get those 10 days as well. They may call a second chance in as opposed to 10 days that you're going to get and say, well, if they come in and y'all reach a resolution, then opposed to 10 days, you may get 7 and in school, okay? And so if the parent does not come, because that parent did come and pose, you may say, well, you come back and you're just gonna get 5, or they've already done 5. But yes, to your question is, a lot of times, or oftentimes, if that parent does not come, they still get what they were gonna get in the very beginning. Okay.
So I was just trying to see if there was any flexibility, but it's not your.
Right, it's not my
fault.
decision, right.
It's at the
And
school.
that's what I always, when I'm doing a parent session, I always ask, what can I offer those parents? What is gonna be the deal when we come to a resolution? Again, because I have no say, so it's not my school. So the principals or whoever that point of contact, well, if everything goes well, they can come, sometimes they can come back today. They've already been home 2 days, they can come back today, or they can go to in-school. But again, that's not our decision.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nikki. Well, it's not going to you.
And I think you said it very clearly, what I felt like. This is a reward program for somebody who is trying to have a second chance, to show initiative, that they want to take responsibility for their behavior. So it's not an extension or a harsher punishment.
Absolutely.
It is a way for them to be guided and to be taught how to do it better next time, so it's not a repeated offense. That's the way I took it.
Yes,
So that's
ma'am.
why you stated it very well at the end. Thank you.
Right. And that's why with the data that we collect, we keep the data and we collect on repeat offenders for the same offense, repeat offenders for different offenses. We collect all this data.
I just want to say to Ms. Johnson and to Ms. Flowers, thank you for coming to explain it in detail to the board. I think most of us or all of us feel good about the program. We keep voting yes over and over again for this program. And I think it's a great opportunity for the kids, but both of you said something key that stood out to me. Ms. Johnson, you said this is an opportunity for the kids. And so they have an opportunity for their parents to come to the school, not as a punishment, but an opportunity for that parent to get involved, an opportunity to understand exactly what happened, how the student was feeling, how it affected the family, and an opportunity to reduce the punishment. And Ms. Flowers, you said something that resonated with me, and it was personal relationship. That administrator has a personal relationship with that family and with those students. So I'm happy to hear that the administrator is making that conscious decision on what to do so that the child isn't caught in the middle if a parent cannot attend. So great job, ladies. Thank you guys for coming by. And I love the program. Dr. Lewis.
Ms. Jackson, you have a... She's not popping up, that's part of my...
Yeah, I just wanted to say I love this program. I just wish it was in every school. This is an awesome program. I've always felt that way, and just kudos to y'all for coming and presenting to us. Thank you so much.
Ms. Butler, you got...
Let me say also, it's good that you and your husband, you have the insight to create such a program. But I want to speak to opportunity. For example, I have an opportunity to buy a Porsche, but I can't afford it. So sometimes when we present opportunities, if there is no way for a person to reach the opportunity or have any access to the opportunity, then in that case is not fair. For example, in a classroom, if a teacher will give 5 points for bringing a box of tissue or bringing a box of tissue or bringing extra supplies for a student where there is no money, he has missed that opportunity because that is an opportunity that he cannot reach. So, as I said earlier, you have a good program, but special circumstances should be, and it's not you, but when y'all come up there, they give you this, and it's already done. So I'm speaking to access, and I'm speaking to sometimes there are cases where people need to be more flexible. And I thank y'all for y'all's program. Like I said, I like the program.
I got a little more. Sorry. And I was one of the main ones that kind of brought up the questions. And from what I've heard, I do feel better. My big concern, and one of the other hats I wear, is involved with the Methodist home. So I've got a heart for the children who do not have parent support, that are in homes where, there's not somebody there to step in. So what I've heard, and on those children, it sounded like it was going to have a discretionary impact. But what I've heard, a discriminatory impact. But I have heard tonight, and where I'll put my faith in, is that administrators will recognize those situations and help try to keep it fairly. Again, because that child may show just as much remorse in the situation, but does not have a parent, to come and attend. But it sounds like there are other offerings for them too. So thank you. And I got to quit talking because it's making my throat worse. Thank you.
Just briefly, the proof is in the pudding. When we see the results in terms of the recidivism rates, which are extremely low, and then the number of days restored for in class, I think that is kind of the proof of the pudding for me. And getting more kids in class, good things happen when kids are in class, not so much when they're out on the street or someplace else. So if we reduce recidivism and increase in classroom instructional time, to me, that's a win-win.
And thank you.
Okay, so that brings us to the consent agenda. Motion by Dr. Chambers, second by Ms. Frey. We can vote. Oh, yes. And Pat and Margot both expressed yeses. Do we have a student hearing? And that passes. Anything else we need to say? Thank y'all for bearing with me. I know we have a executive session for a student appeal tribunal. So do we vote ourselves? Oh, and, well, and Ms. Wright doesn't want us to go anywhere yet because she wants a picture of us in our pink. But, so everybody stay seated for a minute. But, so motion to go into executive session by Dr. Chambers. Second by Ms. Tillery. All in favor, raise our hands. Thank y'all and have a good night. I ran a fairly quick one.
That'll work.